Alright, so on this one we're talking about arpeggios, but ones that are direct string to string, no string skipping, to get comfortable with that aspect of it. And also it's kind of a hybrid picking exercise because it makes you shift your picking by repeating the strings as you get to the end of them. So we're just kind of some major chords, exploring the core notes of those chords kind of. So for A, it would sound like this, like.
And you're alternating
all the way
stroke
up and down.
down, up, down, up, down. Okay.
And same thing for C. And D, and then you're sort of starting on the root note. On each of these, and then there's one for E too. It also helps with the idea that you don't always play all of the strings when you're playing these chords. So if you're at least getting these sort of main ones, you're really getting the bulk of the chord. And if you sort of practice strumming only to the ends of that, it's going to be helpful as far as not having other notes ring out too much. And then we kind of talked about a little bit of hammer-on, pull-on, pull-offs, because they're sort of helpful. And there's a short kind of exercise lesson on that. It's a little advanced, but it's kind of cool. So if you get a chance, you're going to sort of make an A minor chord, which is, if E major looks like this, where you're one string open, two on the second fret, and then one finger on the adjacent string. If you took that and you moved it to where the A string, not the lowest one, but the A string, the fifth one, is left open, has the same exact shape. So we're going to lift your third finger and hammer on with that one. And part of what it's trying to do is to get that finger mobile for moving to a C.
Which one are we hammering with?
So with your third finger.
Ooh, the weak one.
Yeah. So you lift it off totally to where it's open, which is almost like if you wanted to, you could just put it on the C, or like, put it as if you were about to come from the C or something. But then you hammer on to where it is in place with the chords over there. And then you pull off too, so that's what this trick is kind of like. And it has a little lick in between you don't have to do, but it would sound like. And then there's a hammer on the C chord, where it actually is a hammer on and a pull off all together. So you start with the C sort of happening without your middle finger, and on the D string, and leaving it open, and hammering onto where it is in place in the second fret and pulling off. So it's like. And if you wanted to put all these things together throughout this little example, it would sound like this. Give some context or whatever. Mm-hmm. But hammer-ons and pull-offs are really, really useful. I use them all the time in my playing. And there also is included here just the first couple of chords to that Guns N' Roses song called Don't Cry, because sort of similar to these arpeggios in moving from one chord to another, because by the time you get to the end of the chord, you're already moving to another one. So that's kind of how it's different. But it would sound like this. That song very often, but I just sort of thought it'd be a good example. But anyway,
alright, cool.
That sound cool.
This is yours.
Alright.
Thank you.